say we don't know.
Hey, you can say we don't know. Here we are. How are you? Powering
Hi,
up.
Instagram family and
Facebook family, yes. Hi, welcome to Healthy Heart, Healthy Marriage. This is actually number 4. I am Dave, and this is my beautiful wife.
Marcia Ann.
And
We're the Condons.
We are the Condons, and this is part of the Condon ministry.
It's brand new. We're still in the baby stages and not really knowing what we're doing.
As you see, we don't have things set up just yet, but hey, we're working on it there. Hoping the comments are working. We're trying to get those going too. So we will.
Oh, look at that. I think it are. Last week we didn't.
So
yay. Comments are working. If you want to say hi.
Reply and say hi. Ask questions. We'll try to respond to those. Hopefully the microphone is picking everything up. If not.
Yeah, if it isn't, just let us know. We're okay with feedback. We love feedback. Feedback is very important in all relationships.
Absolutely.
With here, it's just as important. Just knowing if you see us okay, if you hear us okay, or if any questions you have, we'll definitely reply the best that we can.
Yes,
because we are not professionals, as in the sense of professional marriage counselors. We just have made our mistakes in marriage, and so we're here to try to help others not make those mistakes.
That's right.
If they choose, it's still a choice. But
so week 1 was putting God first.
in marriage,
Week 2 was about prayer with your spouse and the importance of that. And then week 3 was
honor.
Honor, yeah. And today,
And the importance of honor and honoring each other.
Right.
And I think in all of that, in each one, whether it's prayer, praying together, putting God first, of course. Really, if you put God first, the others will fall in line. Praying together, honor, and even tonight's, which is honesty, it's doing it in the tough times too, because it's easy to pray together and to show honor and all of that when everything's wonderful and you're all on the same page, and it's just like tiptoe through the tulips. But when you're in a disagreement, when there is a conflict, when there's some confusion going on, when there's battle, that's when it's a challenge. But that's when you have the biggest breakthrough.
Right. You don't end up doing the same cycles around and around and around again.
And over and over and over. And we keep this short.
Yeah, we want to try.
But hey, sorry.
Oh no, keep it short. But
like us, get this out now. Like us on Facebook and Instagram at Condon Ministries, CONGDON. The G is silent, so good luck pronouncing it if you don't silence it. We definitely have heard all sorts of things. And we're also on Instagram as Condon Ministries as well. And you can even reach us as Dave and Marcia Ann. And just, like us, share us.
Yep.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love, as you get your algorithms up, then you can be seen more. And we just really feel that this marriage is something that's worth being seen. And if we can help couples stay married instead of divorcing.
Yes.
Especially second marrieds.
Yes, absolutely.
Which
and
is what we...
That's why we realized, because this is not our first rodeo, but we also realized that when we did get married, we still weren't completely healthy. Mm-mm. There was still some stuff we had to work on, and that's why we want to have a healthy heart so we can have a healthy marriage.
Yeah, and healed. I love that heal is in healthy.
Yep, and it's a personal
journey.
thing. Yeah, because it's your heart that you have to heal.
Yeah.
Marcia, and she can't heal it for me, and I can't heal hers. I can be a safe place for her.
Mine's perfect.
Absolutely. And I can be a safe place for her, and she can be a safe place for me, but it's the actual work of what's in there that's not supposed to be in there that's something you have to do personally to get out.
It's easy to blame other people, but you do have to look at yourselves. You do have to see, okay, wait, who's the common denominator? Who's the one that's been making these life choices? And that can be painful. Mm-hmm. I think it's because you have to then do the inner work, and you have to look at yourself and say, wait, this is my life.
Mm-hmm. My choices,
and I can't just keep Yeah, you can keep blaming everybody else,
Yeah.
but
Why
then
do I
that's why
keep
you
attracting
stay
this
in the
type of
cycle.
person? Yep.
So tonight's on honesty. And like I said, we'll keep it 15 minutes. So about for 9 minutes, we're going to talk about honesty, maybe 10. Honesty is, to me, one of the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
It is a relationship breaker.
Right.
Trust is just out the window.
That's what it breaks. It breaks
It
trust.
breaks trust in a marriage or any relationship.
Right.
And it pierces the heart in a way that I think a lot of other stuff doesn't, because it goes
Right.
deep into the heart and it puts the heart in a posture of protection. And then the
Right.
heart goes to protect, which if you're in a place of protection, you're in a place of survival mode. And even the nervous system starts being impacted by it as well. And you're going to be on guard. And so you're not going to be able to enter in a place of intimacy with your spouse if your heart is on guard and in a posture of protection.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so important to just be honest. I mean, if you're in a place where you're even contemplating lying, telling a story, it's still a lie. Fibbing, still a lie. Half the truth, still a lie. I know people don't like to hear that word. Okay, still not true. Still not true. Still not true. If you're in that place, reconsider. Just say, you know what? Is it worth me destroying my marriage? Is it worth, and I use the word poop a lot, but pooping on my wife's heart or my husband's heart? I'm not, I don't want to be, what's that, bias? And just just think that men are the only ones that tell lies. Women do too. We can even tell stories regarding finances or what we spent our money on, or if we spent any money, or we can not be truthful about our weight. We can, I'm serious,
or your age,
or our age, or if we've had something done. Yeah, I mean, we can be dishonest, and I think this is one that we struggled with, is not being true to ourselves and who we are. So you take on the persona of what the other person will believe, wants you to hear or be. So you might take on a hobby that you really didn't like before you met that person, but you say, hey, yeah, I like that too, and it's not true. So you have to be completely honest with who you are so that the person's getting the real you. And I'm going to say that again. You're going to have to be honest with the person you are, so the one you're in relationship with is getting the real you. Or you are, in a sense, a foe.
Well, you're not honest.
You're a replica of what you're not who you are. You're not who you're saying you are. So you're a fraud. You are. It's a fraud. It's a scam. And that's never gonna be good in a marriage.
Right, because you're not gonna have a foundation of trust, because the person's not gonna trust you. They're gonna be in that place.
It'll feel like betrayal when that person does finally step up and say, "Oh no, really, I don't like that. I just was saying that because I wanted to win you over, but I really don't like that." So it's like, wow. So how many other things did you lie about? Automatically there is that place of trust that's going to be impacted, that therefore is going to be there. It's going to be at the forefront sometimes too, because fear is linked to it. Immediately fear comes in and it'll bring up things where other people were dishonest and how what that outcome was.
Oh yeah, you'll see the pattern in your past with pulling all those.
What's you drinking?
Coffee.
Okay. Is there some Irish cream in it or something?
There is Irish cream. I love Irish cream.
Now, were you completely honest? I'm kidding.
I love my Irish cream and my coffee.
I smelled it.
It's good stuff. And then, so where were we?
I didn't know we had Irish cream in the house.
Yeah.
Was it the coffee flavor?
No, it's
or
Irish
it's actually Irish cream.
It's actually Irish cream.
It's from Ireland?
Ryan's Irish cream.
Oh, okay. Like Ryan's the restaurant?
I don't know.
Okay.
Is there a restaurant called Ryan's?
There used to be. It's kind of like one of those corral places where everyone went and grazed.
Okay.
It's a grazing place. All right.
Well, back to honesty. So So definitely, being dishonest absolutely has broken trust in the marriage, and that has
PK. I know, PK. It's the Italian, man. It's the snowls. It's the Italian. I remember my mom always saying that. You just never. It was like, back in the teenage days, you like perfumed, whatever, kind of breath mint, so she wouldn't smell that I'd had a cigarette. And boy, I'd walk in. You smoking? What? How could you? I mean. So anyway, I get it.
Yep.
The Sicilian. So honesty.
Yes.
So anyway, how does that look in marriage? We can talk from our own experiences, which would be pornography.
Yes.
And what happens is, and that's why it's like, and in no way is Dave not know, we don't shame each other in that anymore. It's one of those open conversations so that he can feel safe to talk about it. So we had kind of a talk way before we even got married about how that would really hurt me if he did do that, because I'd been hurt by that in the past, my cycle. And you want to go get that?
Yeah,
we are being summoned at the back door by the baby. And then, so my heart was already in a posture of protection. My heart was already in a posture of, in a sense, even distrust of even men. I mean, in general, men across the board, where I had not forgiven and let go. Because you can forgive, but boy, it takes a lot to then let go. So when Dave decided to go back to, and we call it relapse, he didn't tell me about it. And so it was about 2 years in that I found out from a dream. And so, because God will always reveal, he's so about anybody. I can't just say he's just couples that go to church. Across the board, he desires marriage. It's very important to him. He desires honesty in marriage. And so that really hurt. And it took a long time.
Yes.
Very long time to rebuild trust for Dave. That I wasn't looking for every time he looked at another woman and thinking he was doing something unfaithful. Because it's a place of betrayal. But I also had to look at, where I wasn't necessarily being a safe place for him. Not that I took on ownership, because he's the one that chose to lie. He's the one that chose to not be truthful to me, not to honor in that way. But if I can say anything about it, what would you say coming from you instead of me? Because I don't want it just to be coming from me. What would you say it affected the most?
Oh, it affected trust is what it affected the most. It affected our intimacy, our connection. It was basically a disconnector.
Yeah, and I didn't then feel safe opening up my heart to Dave, because what if he then stomps on it again? And that's how it felt to me. It felt very dishonoring, but we don't realize what a woman goes through when she knows that her man's looking at another woman and then gaining sexual arousal from it. So for a woman, she doesn't feel good enough.
Desired.
But I felt then I wasn't good enough for him, that there was something wrong with me. And so I had to battle that. And that's why we have to think about the other person in marriage. If I'm being dishonest, how is the other person going to handle it? What am I doing to their heart? And I also have to look at myself and not only how I reacted, because if I was not a safe place when he did share with me, therefore then he's going to, in him, and possibly even the little child in him that needed a coat, might not feel safe. And so what does a little kid do when they don't feel safe? They tell a lie, or they hide from the issues. So, but a healthy heart goes, you know what, I don't want to destroy our connection. I value our connection more than I need to please myself, or whatever it is, spend money in the store, have a hidden account that the spouse doesn't know about, whatever it is, going out to oh, I'm just going for coffee with my coworker who happens to be female or male, if you're a woman. All these things are done if it's done in secret, it's you just beware of that. You need to then go, nope. If I'm going to be honest, I need to be honest. And if I know that my spouse is not going to like it, I need to just not do it. Just don't do it. I remember Andy Stanley doing something on that. He was, just don't do it, men. He was speaking to men.
Right.
Just don't do it. Don't go to coffee. Right. Don't go to lunch. Don't call. Don't text. And what we do as a place of honor too is we always include the other on a text if it is to another opposite sex.
Yeah.
We include that person. I include Dave if I'm texting him. Just to be honoring, just to keep that marital bed safe. But yeah, just don't do it. And if
hey Chris, good to see you, brother.
Hi Chris. And women, it's like just be honest with who you are. Be vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be truthful to your husband about what you feel, and not. I think people pleasers tend to just go, "Oh, I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm fine. Thank you, Chris." I know even with me, just being codependent and so heavily in codependency, it was like, "What? Oh, whatever you want."
Yeah.
That's not truthful. No. I'm not being true to myself, and I'm not being true to him.
Absolutely.
I'm in a sense being a false, or what did I call it? A fraud. That's a harsh word, but I'm not being real.
That's right.
I'm doing and saying what he wants to hear.
Right.
So therefore, then I'm starting a relationship as not someone that he even thought I was.
Right.
So there's the fraudulence of it. So it's like, no, be who you are up front.
And on the opposite side, or the other thing I want to say is
Flip side.
Flip side. Maybe that's not the right words, but what you want to be is when the other person is being honest with you, you want to be a safe place for them, so they can be honest with you, and because you also want to be for them to be a safe place for you when you have something you need to share with them that may hurt,
And don't blame the person for your dishonesty.
And
if
so
you lied, you lied. If you didn't tell the truth, it's on you. God's not going to go, well, you know what? Yeah, she did make you do that. Or yeah, he did. Okay, you know what? You're innocent. You're cool. Because you know what? I did see her twisting your arm. No, So anyway, but yeah.
That's the blame.
It is. And be mindful. If I could place value on the marital bed. Place value. We place value on diamonds. We place value even on sports teams. Nothing against you, Chris Oliver. Dallas is awesome. Go Dallas. Go Cowboys.
Go Bills.
Yes, I didn't say that. But we place so much value there. Okay, we place value on time. Yes. We place value on our pocketbook. We need to place value on each other's hearts.
Yep.
How valuable they are, and how valuable the intimacy is, and the bed is, and the intimacy within just that place, that space. So put value on it. Yes. Honor it by being honest. Cherish it. Yeah, go Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's your year. It's your year, Chris.
It's awesome. So good. All right. Well, we've gone over a little bit, but we appreciate you guys hanging in with us here.
Hi, Ruth. Hi, Denise.
Learning all this stuff.
You guys. Thank you for joining us.
So if you have any questions or you want to talk about anything, just shoot us a message, and we can always continue the conversation at another point.
And there will be one of these nights where we're just going to be strictly talking about the dangers of pornography.
Sure.
So that will happen. And the women's numbers are increasing too. So it's not just about men. And unfortunately, it's as young as 8 years old now.
Yeah.
So we've been dealing with a lot of youngins too that are already struggling. I actually have addictions already.
Yeah.
So, value the ability to communicate, because once you bring in that, it's hard to communicate.
Yeah. A lot of disconnect there.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. All right. Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week. And next week is number 5. And you know what it is?
No, I do not.
All right, so look, keep a lookout for it. It will pop up, and we will tell you what it is then. All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for joining
Bye.
us.